Imagine you're in a classroom and two children are playing with blocks. One child is quietly stacking them while the other is talking and working with friends. As a teacher, how do you truly understand what each child is learning in that moment? Good day, everyone, and welcome to our workshop. My name is Alicia Mohammed, and we are Early Years Insights. Today, we will be discussing the role of observation and assessment in understanding children's development and learning. Throughout this presentation, we will explore what observation is, why it is important, and some tools teachers can use to effectively observe preschool children.
Thank you so much, Alicia, and good morning and welcome, teachers. I'm so happy to see so many of you here with us today. My name is Miss Sarah, and let's dive into answering the question, what is observation? When we talk about observation in early childhood education, we are referring to intentionally watching and listening to our children in order to understand how they learn and develop. As teachers, we observe children during their everyday activities, whether they are playing, interacting with peers, or simply going through their daily routines. During these moments, we pay attention to what they say, what they do, and how they respond in different situations. By carefully watching and listening in this way, teachers are able to gather valuable information about children's learning, development, and behavior. With this understanding of observation, I will now hand you over to Shivanti.
My name is Shivanti Dipnarain, and I will be talking about the significance of observation and assessment. Observation and assessment is important because it 1. Assists educators in comprehending the needs, interests, and strengths of every child. 2. Demonstrates how children are growing in domains like movement, thinking, social skills, and language. 3. Assists educators in creating learning activities that are appropriate for children's skill levels. 4. Early detection of children who might require extra support. And 5. Enables educators to accurately communicate the child's progress to parents and other guardians. In conclusion, teachers can make better judgment and ensure that every child has the assistance they require to develop and thrive by using observation and assessment. Thank you. I will now hand you over to my next colleague.
Hi, I am Linda, and today we are going to look at two observational tools that can be used when teachers assess preschoolers. So, first we have anecdotal records, which are written accounts of what a teacher witnesses and hears children doing on their own with their peers or with an adult. Who, what, where, when, or how of an event are all included in a record. While observing or interacting with a child, the observer records the events as they occur or as soon as feasible after the incident. Instructors use verbatim quotations together with descriptions of movements and facial expressions. Records that are anecdotal are factual. They don't contain opinions or interpretation of what happens. The duration of the observation time can range from a few seconds to many minutes. Next, we have the checklist. A checklist in education is an observational tool comprising a list of chosen skills and behaviors that assist educators in measuring the progress of a child. During the day, teachers may select certain periods to observe a child and use a checklist by checking off the presence or absence of the skills and behaviors as they are observed. In early childhood education, checklists are created based on the knowledge obtained from developmental theorists and what they consider to be within the developmental norm at that age. Some advantages of using a checklist are: it is a reliable source for tracking a child's progress over a period of time. Any educator can use the same checklist to observe the same child. Checklists are easy to use and can be created to measure specific skills. Information collected can be used to inform curriculum practices. Thank you.
Some limitations that exist when using anecdotal records are as follows. Recording delay. If observations are not documented right away, personal perceptions or cause to forget may result in the date being mistaken. This may lower authenticity and dependability of the information gathered. 2. Biased observers. Personal prejudice may play a role in the events chosen to be researched. The observer may decide to document some behaviors over others without realizing. And 3. Potential for misunderstanding. Misunderstandings may result from language in the documentation that is improper, ambiguous, or subjective. This could have an impact on the way other people who are viewing the record understand the child's actions. Some limitations when using checklists. 1. Limited detail and context. Unlike anecdotal notes or running records, checklists do not provide an abundance of details about specified skills or behaviors that is being observed. The structure of a checklist only allows for a narrow view or snapshot of skill and does not provide any context or details. 2. Does not consider individual development. It does not take into consideration a child's unique level of development by only bringing attention to the unmet skill, which can create stress in parents and teachers. 3. No clear sequence of skills or behaviors. It shows no clear order in which skills and behaviors are occurring. And 4. Focuses on developmental norms. Focuses on expected developmental norms of a child of that particular age with no consideration for the influence that the environment, cultures, or the child as an individual has on their development. Thank you.
Let's think back to a classroom example we mentioned earlier, where 2 children were playing with blocks. While it may seem like simple play, teachers can gain valuable insight into what children are learning through careful observation and assessment. By observing closely, teachers may notice important developmental skills such as communication, problem solving, cooperation, and creativity. Using tools such as anecdotal records and checklists allow teachers to take note of these behaviors and monitor children's developmental progress over time. Although these tools may have certain limitations, when used thoughtfully and properly, they provide valuable information that can guide the teaching and learning that is done in the classroom. So ultimately, observation and assessment help teachers to better understand each of their students' strengths, interests, and areas that they may need more support in. This allows teachers to plan meaningful learning experiences and create supportive environments where every child has the opportunity to grow and succeed. On behalf of Early Years Insight, where we see little moments that shape big learning, we thank you for taking part and taking the time to participate in our workshop. We hope that the information shared today inspires and supports your practice as educators in observing and understanding young children. Thank you.